Show As you pack up backstage, a woman knocks on your door. She introduces herself as Fran, worldwide musical talent manager, and comes bearing a bottle of wine as a gift. She speaks to you with the wizened rasp of an inveterate late night sinister as she lights a cigarette. All right, here's the deal. You guys are a sensation. Did you see the way that audience reacted to you? These Midwestern hicks are just the tip of the iceberg. Your jammy sound will be the music of a new generation. As long as you sign with me, that is. Do you want to sign with Fran? Yes. Radio button. Tick. No. Let me speak to. I want some more information. Tick. Next. You decide to ask Fran some pertinent questions about her rate, how she works, and what her plans are for your band. Honey, let me worry about all the specifics later. Now, are you signing or not? Do you want to sign with Fran? Yeah. No. Next. Let me speak to my band for. No. Yes. Let me speak to. Tick. Next. Your band feels validated that you're asking their opinion on such a crucial matter. They all agree. Let's sign right away, before she changes her mind. You accept Fran's offer. It's time to find out what life is like as a legitimate band. Next chapter. Button. I know so many people who think they can do it alone. They isolate their heads and stay in their safety zones. Now what can you tell them? And what can you say that won't make them defensive? I know there's an answer. I know now, but I have to find it by myself. The Beach Boys. Next. A week goes by, and you hear nothing from Fran. You're beginning to think her interest was exaggerated, that she was all bluster and no substance. It's painful to realize that all of the recent excitement may have amounted to butt kiss. You resign yourself to the fact that your professional rock star life may still be a ways off, and a soul-crushing 9 to 5 may be looming in your near future. Finally, one lazy Sunday afternoon, the phone rings. Kiddo, it's Fran. Are your ears buzzing, or have you ruined them already? I've been speaking to some of my friends at the finest venues around the country, getting them all hot and bothered about your band. Let me tell you, I think I outdid myself this time. I've got a whole tour plan for you, 6 months on the road. That is, if you live up to the expectations I've created. If not, well, let's not worry about that now. But we have to get you on the road right away, because your first gig is next weekend. You kids ready? Apparently, Fran considers stunned silence an affirmative response. Excellent, I love the excitement. I've got the tour bus ready to go, along with the $2,500 advance for expenses. Nothing but the best for my winners. Now get your gear in order and say goodbye to any loved ones. I'll be in touch with further instructions. Ciao. Click. Before you can even attempt to formulate a response, Fran has already hung up on you. It takes a few seconds before you remember to set the phone down yourself. Next. Button. Well, it's decision time. Fran may have the next 6 months of your life planned out already, but this is your career. Do you really want to hit the road right now and commit to such a long tour? Or would you rather stick around and write more music with your young band, eventually working toward a first demo tape? Or something else? Hit the road. This is exactly what I've been waiting for my entire life, and I am excited to get going. Radio button. Make more music. We need to focus our creative energy on songwriting and making a demo tape. Then, when we go on tour, we'll have plenty of music to play and sell. Radio button. Slow it down. This is all happening too fast. I just formed this band a few months back. There's no way we should be hitting the road before we have a chance to play and grow together. Radio button. Next. Next. Make. Hit the road. This is exact. Tick. Make. Slow. Next. But you immediately bring the band together and fill them in on Fran's plan. Somehow, they are even more excited than you are. Seeing their excitement, any concerns you had are immediately washed away. You know it will be tough spending the next 6 months stuck in a bus, but you can't imagine a better group to be stuck with than your 6 band members. That night, the bus arrives at Rory's house. You pull an all-nighter just getting all the gear packed up, and before you know it, you and your bandmates are on the road, headed toward your first destination. Next. Button. Well, we know where we're going. But we don't know where we've been. And we know what we're knowing. But we can't say what we've seen. And we're not little children. And we know what we want. And the future is certain. Give us time to work it out. Talking heads. Next. Button. Smash. The beer bottle wobbles through the smoky air and explodes against the amplifier, bringing hoots of approval from the crowd. You turn your back to the shrapnel and continue playing Sepulchral Queen right along with the rest of the band. There was a point in your life when a crowd showering you with glass shards would have caused you to miss, at the very least, a few notes. You have since grown immune to such distractions. You have been touring for 3 weeks straight, moving from town to town, playing nearly every night and writing new music during the day. But it hasn't been easy. Tonight marks your second gig at Strom's Stop, a biker bar in South Carolina. The crowd here is known for loving 2 things, country music and getting rowdy. While you don't offer much of the former, your band has proven very helpful with the latter. These people absolutely love to hate you. Strom, the bar's owner, could not be more pleased. He wants to keep you around as long as possible. And he pays well. As soon as you make your escape from the stage, he meets you in the green room and offers you a full week of employment at $100 a night. What do? We'll take it. This is the longest and most profitable gig we've ever had. Why give it up now? Radio button. Ticked. 1 of 3. We'll take it at $150 a night. Radio button. Unticked. 2 of 3. Sorry, but it's time for us to get back on the road and seek out some less hostile environs. Radio button. Tick. We'll take it. Next. He thoughtfully spits a gob of tobacco while considering your request. Damn greedy Yankees. What do you think this is? A charity for shitty music? I'll give you $100 and not a penny more. Well? We'll take it. Radio button. No, thank you. Radio button. Tick. We'll take it if you put up something on stage to protect us from the projectiles. Radio button. Ticked. Next. Button. He thoughtfully spits a gob of tobacco while considering your request. You pretty Yankees worried about a few drunken hicks? Well, I don't blame you. I'll throw up some chicken wire on stage before the next show. Now come back tomorrow night and sell me some more broken beer bottles. The next 7 shows follow roughly the same course. Songs like Too Hard to Dance and Jammin' Jamboree, while performed better than ever before, are met with drunken violence. Over time, you learn to use some of your more folksy songs to calm the crowd down just a bit. But as soon as you turn to anything remotely resembling rock or pop, they start calling for your heads again. It turns out to be a valuable, if terrifying, lesson in crowd control. Besides the shows, do you engage in any other activities during your residence at Strom's? I make moves with that cute bartender who's been eyeing me all week. Radio button. I go check out some of the local music scene. Radio button. I try to get my hands on some of that moonshine I've heard so much about. Radio button. Next. I try to get my hands on some of that moonshine. I go check out some of the local music scene. I go check out. Ticked. Next. Your ability to open yourself up to all kinds of music, even country, is commendable. While your bandmates don't understand how you could listen to that twangy banjo crap, you actually find some interesting elements that spark new song ideas for you. As you finish out the string of shows and hit the road, you find yourself more excited than ever to sample music scenes from all over the country. Unmuted. As you tear onto the open highway, you get a message on your pager from Fran. A pager is a magical device that tells you when people want you to call them. It's like the future. You stop at the next rest stop and give her a call from the payphone. Listen, kiddos, I've been thinking. It's about time we started talking about your style. Now that you're transforming from little baby caterpillars into beautiful rock butterflies, it's important that you look the part. That's why I've set you up with a stylist before your next 2 shows at the Hot Box in Memphis. This is the biggest, most happening venue you'll be hitting all tour, so it's essential that you knock it out of the park. I'm sure you will. Happy travels. Arriving in Memphis, you meet the stylist, an imposing Italian woman named Maria. She guides you around them all, picking out a number of different outfits for all the band members. I've decided on a rustic ensemble of flannel shirts, corduroy pants, long hair, and circular sunglasses. What do you say? Works for me. Let's do it. Radio button. No. Just no. Radio button. You call that a style? This is a rock band, not a knitting circle. We need something that can be seen from the cheap seats. Radio button. Next. You call that a tick. Next. Why didn't you say so before? Shouts Maria, throwing her hands in the air. The next few hours are a whirlwind of airbrush makeup, hair salons, and clothes that look like they were bought in a costume store. When you look in the mirror at the end, you hardly recognize yourself or your bandmates. It feels like there are 7 complete strangers staring back at you, strangers who are ready to rock. As you pile back into the van with your new threads, it's hard to stop staring at yourself in the mirror. For the first time, your outward appearance comes close to matching your inward awesomeness. It may be a superficial thing, but it definitely raises everyone's confidence before the big show. Entering the hot box for the first time, you are stunned by what you see. The spacious hall looks like an old ballroom, with golden curtains, glistening chandeliers, and gorgeous molding around the walls. The floor looks like it could hold at least 300 people, easily the largest audience you will have seen since the battle. Clearly, this is a far cry from Strom's. As everyone takes their sunglasses off and examines the space, you notice in your bandmate's eyes a hint of nervousness along with excitement. Backstage, you are greeted by the Marvins, tonight's headlining band. The Marvins are an abstract electronic outfit from New York City, with a deep commitment to their proto-futuristic aesthetic. All members perform in spacesuit costumes and play instruments that look like props from a science fiction movie. The lead singer, already in full costume hours before the show, pulls off his helmet and introduces himself. I'm Marvin. I hear you guys are picking up a lot of buzz these days, huh? Well, just remember, the audience is here to see us, not you. So just play your songs, don't showboat, and give us our shout out at the end. Got it? Before you can respond, he and the rest of the Marvins walk off to their much larger dressing room. What jerks? Next. Button. Next. Next. Whether it was the Marvin psych out, or just the pressure of playing in the biggest, hippest club you've ever seen, the band is a bit off. You struggle through a lackluster sound check. Everyone seems cowed by the moment, knowing that the performance tonight could make or break your careers. You need something to bring everyone's confidence back, but what? On stage the band has got problems. They're a bag of nerves on first nights. Radio button. Ticked. 1 of 9. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on, like a bird that flew. Radio button. Unticked. 2 of 9. All you do is slow me down, and I got better things on the other side of town. Radio button. Unticked. The time is gone. The song is over. Thought I'd something more to say. Radio button. I set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. Radio button. I gotta roll. Can't stand still. Got a flame in my heart. Can't get my fill. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Radio button. You're too old to lose it. Too young to choose it. Don't be told what you want. Don't be told what you need. Radio button. Tick. Next. For whatever reason, those famous Sex Pistols lyrics come rushing into your head. They seem to perfectly describe the feeling of this moment for you. Feeling like you have to play it right now, you turn to your bandmates. Hey, do you guys know how to play God Save the Queen? You ask. You are greeted with shrugs of confusion all around. What's God Save the Queen? Asks Rory. I've never heard of it. That does it. For the next 30 minutes of sound check time, you set about teaching the band how to play God Save the Queen. Thankfully, your musical skills are such that the classic song does not prove too big a challenge, and by the end of sound check, you and the band are rocking out like it's one of your own tunes. It's exactly that energy and confidence which propels you through your set, allowing you to perform in front of a packed house of hundreds just as if you were playing in your backyard. And when it comes time for one last song, you step up to the microphone and announce. Here's a song we just figured out how to play before the show. Maybe you've heard it before. Before ripping into a killer, wholly original sounding take on God Save the Queen. With the Marvins' tech crew waiting in the wings, it's time to step to the mic to say goodbye to the audience. What do you say? Thank you, Memphis. You guys have been great. Our name is Rajametronic 3000. Get ready for the interplanetary space grooves of the Marvins coming on next. Good night. Radio button. Thank you, Memphis. We're Rajametronic 3000, and we rock. The Marvins are up next. Radio button. We're Rajametronic 3000, and the Marvins suck. If you're here for the Marvins, then you suck, too. Good night, Memphis. Dimmed. Radio. Next. We're Rajametronic. Unticked. Next. We're Thank you, Memphis. You guys have been great. Our name is Rajametronic 3000. Get ready for the interplanetary space grooves of the Marvins coming on next. Good night. Ticked. Next. As you step off stage, the tech crew comes on to break down your gear and set up for the Marvins. You almost run headfirst into the enormous plywood rocket ship being hauled onto the stage. You realize, as you settle into your dressing room at the unreasonably early time of 10:30, that you have an entire night ahead of you with no plans whatsoever. Being the opening act rocks. How do you want to spend your night? Might as well check out the Marvins. Radio button. Ticked. Party backstage. Radio button. Relax and rest up before tomorrow's show. Radio button. Next. Relax and rest. Tick. Next. Good thinking. Staying rested and healthy is crucial on a long tour. As you pack up and make your way to the parking lot, you're met by a group of new fans. While it was hard to tell from the stage, it seems some people really dug your show. They ask if you want to come back to one of their houses and party with them tonight, but you politely decline. It seems all of Memphis, or at least the cool people, come out for your second show. Unlike last night, this time it feels like they're actually here for you. The word is getting around. You put in another explosive performance and then hit the road. Fran calls you up to give you the lowdown on your next destination. I've booked you into some of the hottest clubs in Hollywood. That Sunset Strip, Kitties, where stars are made every day. Get there right away and make mama proud. Looks like you're heading to Los Angeles. Your 2 months in Los Angeles are exhilarating and exhausting. Your demand is high enough that you get to play every night, sometimes twice. For the first time, you can really feel the buzz around you growing, as your band is written up in multiple magazines and newspapers. But by the end of the summer, you find yourself missing Rockville more and more. Finally, you reach the end of the road. You wave goodbye to Los Angeles and set your bus toward home. After resting for a few days, basking in the glow of the successful tour, you realize that you'd better act fast to capitalize on your growing buzz. That's right, it's time to record your first demo. Next chapter, button. Train. Home, back button. Home, heading. Muted.